Welcome back to the Sidetrack'd podcast.
Oh my god. What are you talking about? We're really about to do this all over again.
Welcome back to Sidetrack'd. Today we have a special guest on the podcast. Basra is here.
Hi guys.
And this is a very special episode because this episode is going to my professor, Evan. Hello. Thank you for joining us today. Y'all better run this up with likes and comments so that he gives me a better grade on this assignment, right, Evan? Right? Yeah.
Right.
But today we are going to be talking about our middle school and high school experience in this town. I've touched it before in Lorena's episode, but we obviously have our differences. But you and me, we've been
Locked in since preschool. Shout out stars. I don't know if that's not where we're preschool, but
we've been through a lot of the same stuff, but also because
I'm Muslim, by the way.
Yeah.
You can't tell now, but you used to be able to tell.
Yeah, you used to wear the hijab, and obviously I'm black. We're both black.
Yeah.
So we faced certain similar racism, but also different. So we're gonna talk about it today. One, I've said this before during my Black Side class, but which is what this podcast is going towards.
Yeah.
But in elementary school, we were 2 out of 4 black people in our grade.
Yeah, boys and girls combined.
Yeah, boys and girls combined.
Yeah.
And
3.5.
3. He told me he was Native American, so I never thought he was black.
Really?
Yeah.
That's how they get you.
Yeah, no, because I just saw a TikTok when light skins claim that they're Native American for no reason. Anyways.
German. Yeah. No.
Anyways, no, but back then, even though we were black, and I knew somewhat racism exists to a certain extent, we weren't facing it the way that we faced it in middle school and high school.
And I think because we didn't have a lot of white people in our elementary school too.
It wasn't predominantly white.
The majority was Asians. So race wasn't really I don't think race was looked at in elementary school. I'm not gonna say the name, but
yeah.
elementary school.
But what's it called? It was just weird because also, even though it was majority Asian or whatever, it was still spread out across races.
Yeah.
I feel there was a good diverse group, and even in that, I would always think to myself, because I just posted those clips of me when I was younger where I was oh, I'm so pretty, but I thought that in my head, I was oh, I'm so pretty, but I knew I wasn't as pretty as someone lighter than me.
Yeah.
I was all oh, I'm pretty for a black girl.
Yeah.
that was fine. I was
because you just heard it so many times.
Yeah, I was okay with that, but there were some things that not racism things, just little things when my braids fell out, that was embarrassing. You can't if I was in an all black school, that would have been better had I not been.
But then again, do you also think it was better that it happened at a non-black elementary school because people didn't know what was going on? I felt if we were at an all black or a majority black elementary school, it would have been brought up more.
Yeah. But also more girls would be facing it. I was the only girl.
True. Yeah, that's
so
fair.
So this definitely belongs to me.
Yeah. Oh, that's a very good point. Yeah.
I can't hide it and be nah, that was Samantha's.
What are you talking about? Face full of white people. I don't know. Maybe it's this guy.
No, but then getting into middle school, obviously we're next to 2 the way our district is set up. You go to schools based on your neighborhoods. I think that's how it goes for most people. But 3 neighborhoods would go to a middle school.
Yeah.
Our neighborhood is diverse to a certain extent. It's not predominantly white by any means, but it's not also predominantly black. But it's a good mix.
Yeah.
I think that other grades had more. The grade, I think 2 grades below us, hella black people.
Diverse as fuck.
Yeah. So it's not it was just our grade that just happened to be lackluster. But it was very diverse in our school. But the neighborhoods surrounding us, all white.
Mm-hmm.
Very much all white. It's almost as if they shoved all the people of color
into
one
I'm not trying
part.
to say the town, but
I mean
the area of which our middle school was in.
Yeah.
Very white.
Very, very white. And people don't I think people within our town don't see it as much. They're all
they would think it's diverse.
Yeah. I mean, specifically one neighborhood versus the other. There's one neighborhood where everybody kind of concludes that there's not good people there.
Yeah.
Having those two, going to those, and the way this middle school worked, they let shit slide.
Mm-hmm.
we had that principal in elementary school. He like kind of moved up with us, but he lets
shit slide. Because I think it was also there. Sometimes I felt like we were more educated than our teachers, truthfully, on like true experiences. Because their like mindset was like, well, I mean, you're physically okay, so like, sorry, kick rocks. Sorry.
Like as long as someone's not beating you up, like I can't help you.
Yeah.
Like no, but do we want to talk about Mrs. H? 6th grade science teacher.
Yeah.
After we came back from Africa.
Yeah.
After that.
Yeah.
Little outbreak.
Yeah. A little. I just want to say, right here, right now, 2014 was the worst year of my life. Our life, actually, to be African. Ebola. Nobody was safe. If you're a black person in general, you were not safe. Like, teachers stayed away from us. No, one in particular. I'm not gonna put them all out there.
Yeah.
One in particular, physically, like, stayed away from us. And we have like black people in our elementary school grade, but we were the only Africans.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
Mind you, I'm on the complete other coast of Africa. Like that's another form of ignorance. I'm like, how do you not even? I'm like on the like west east. Like I'm Somali. Like
the thing is, I was in class with Mrs. H one day, and she's like talking about Ebola or whatever, and I was like, oh, I was just in West Africa, and she was like, do you have it? And I'm like, nigga, would I be sitting here if I would? Like, I'm sitting dead in your class taking science notes, and you're asking me if I have Ebola right now. Like, please be for real.
Like, can I bring up the topic? Okay, I'm throwing it back to elementary school. Do you remember Miss like Reddy, 2nd grade teacher? My dad was in Africa, and I was getting ready to go to Africa. For some reason, I just said unprovoked. My dad has malaria. Unprovoked. Mind you, I had, like, completely unprovoked. Mind you, he's not even with, like, completely other country. Yeah. And then I thought she was being so, like racist. Thinking, she sent me to the nurse. I'm like, girl, what the fuck? Like, I'm just saying, what do I gotta do? So I'm, like, getting interrogated by the nurse, like, where is he? I'm like, girl, he's in Africa. They're like, get the fuck out. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's in what? I was like, I don't know, fun fact. Like, okay, I just like
on the topic of elementary school and like Africa, like going to Africa, like we would say that we were going, and then bitches would be all like, oh, you're gonna like see lions and shit. And I'm like,
yeah, no, like what?
But like, yes, I'm gonna ride a lion, Samantha. Like,
yeah.
I'm sorry, I keep on using that as one girl name. We know it's Samantha.
I know.
I should
Trust
stop.
you, Samantha. Like, no, like the one time I said I was going to Africa, like interrogated. Miss Reddy asked if I had my shots, my vaccines. I was like, girl,
we've been through this.
Yeah,
we got this.
Come on.
Like, no, but middle school, like, was it just different breed? Because one, it was like a culture shock too, like in a sense, because like you go from like thinking everything's fine and kumbaya, and then getting there and those kids. Oh my god! Because not only were they like violently racist, but they were also middle schoolers. Yeah, which is like the worst type of children
out there. We're not calling middle schoolers directly racist.
I am.
I truly, like, no, it had to be, like, their parents or something. Yeah.
But, like, also...
No, truly, yeah, they were...
It was their parents,
yeah,
but, like...
ignorant as fuck. Like,
yeah,
truly, yeah.
But, like, they still did it. Like,
I will call a lot of them racist, and I want to say a set of brothers, but I'm gonna be really nice and not say their names. Yeah.
Wait, do I know who you're talking about?
Yes, you know who I'm talking about.
There's a lot of brothers.
Last name...
Okay, then I don't know. Oh! Okay. See, I was thinking, like...
No, they were racist for sure. Knowing like, I knew, like,
no, their dad was a literal skinhead. Are we, like, gonna ignore that?
No,
like,
fully.
I remember the first time seeing him, like, at our school, and I was like, this man is in the...
Like, man is in the KKK. Like, I'm almost certain.
What? Like,
yeah. No, literally.
Like, it was just so, like... I don't know, and I didn't clock it at the time, especially because, like, we had separate friend groups in middle school. Yeah. So, like, yours was mostly...
Close but separate, yeah.
Yeah, because you were still friends with, like, all of my friends. I don't think... None of your friends really liked
at that moment.
Yeah. But, like, my group was, like, I would say predominantly white. Yeah. Because the only other... Yeah. But yours was predominantly Asian. Like, Asian. Yeah. So, like, we definitely faced, like, different sort of, like, little quirks. Like... I vividly remember always just, like, being treated as the ugliest one for no reason. Like, I wasn't even trying to, like, hone in on your mans except for that one girl who supposedly, like, just always was going after my mans, even though she would say they were ugly. Now her mans is ugly. Her man's is ugly and has a very thick country accent.
Oh!
Yeah.
Fuck you. Like, truly, fuck you.
Yeah, no, like, it was just, like, always, like, I was never, that friend group was toxic in general, like, even to each other.
Yeah, we got set down to the, like, the one time I was involved, I think that's when I, like, stopped being involved with you guys, because I got called down to the guidance counselor one time. Shout out Danielle. My bitch. Yeah, we got sent down to the guidance counselor for, bullying. The quirk of it is that we got called down to the guidance counselors for bullying, but it was Rachel's challenge that day. So
wait, what bullying? Like, I'm thinking of multiple bullying things that happened. So.
Remember, so we, like, there was this thing called, like, specials. It's like we had our own little, like, class that was chosen for us.
Yeah,
so
like
we went to, like,
gym,
music, health, or whatever. So we're in health class, and there was another girl, another guy, and that guy, my friend had a crush on that guy. So when I saw another girl, you know, making advancements on that guy.
Mind you, we're in middle school.
Yeah, I had to tell the homegirls. I knew girl code even from young. I had to tell the girls. And I meant it in no malicious intent. I was just making, even literally at 12 years old, all I said was I was making an observation. Like, I didn't even say anything bad. She was technically throwing it back on him. Mind you, we're 12. So I told the girls before, like, remember when before 7:45, we would, like, stand in a circle?
Yeah.
You know, we were talking. So I said it. One of the little rats that I was speaking to ran off, told the girl I was talking about.
They could never keep their mouth shut.
Yeah. I don't know if she's going to remember this.
Yeah, she probably won't.
Yeah, so I told one of the homegirls, and then somebody ratted. Next thing you know, it's the day of the field trip. We're in our home bases, you know, getting ready. We're excited. It's field trip day. It was Rachel's challenge. It wasn't a fun day. I don't know if you remember, but yeah, Rachel's challenge. And I get a call. Remember when, like, announcements, everybody heard it. Like, Basra and I, please come down to Miss guidance counselor's office.
I hated her too.
I was like lit. I was excited because I was a good girl. I kept it clean.
Yeah,
I kept it cute. So what do you mean?
It corrupts you. That group corrupts you.
I was like, what did I do? Ooh, I hate that little redhead girl. So yeah, I get called out. Like, me and my other, I can say Danielle's name. She's
yeah.
Hi Danielle. So yeah, we get called down, and Miss Kerner is just like going in on us. The bitch who ratted is crying. Like, what the fuck? What? Who hurt you? You're the one who caused it.
Always throwing out those white woman tears. Always.
Who hurt you? You're the one who ratted, and nobody talked shit about you. So why are you crying? So nonetheless, Rachel's challenge. I don't know if you guys know Columbine shooting. She spread positive love and all that shit. Me and Danielle still got to be, we were like the selected group that got to stay after for the activity, so fuck you. Yeah, got caught out for bullying, but still got held out for Rachel challenge. Yep, I was that sanctioned. Yeah, teachers fucked with me. Yeah.
No, but like, that too, with like the redhead girl, she was always causing such drama.
Oh my
like,
God,
she punched someone in the face. Her dad came up to me after, because I was on the same softball team, so her dad was the coach. He comes up to me after practice, and he's like, so what do you know about this redhead girl? And I'm like, oh, I don't know. She's, like, nice, whatever. Like, I'm not trying to start drama. And he's like, no, be for real. And I'm like, well, she's kind of a cunt. Like, for real. And then she gets mad at me for being all like, oh, you told him. No, he already knew that you punched his daughter in the face. Like,
When was this?
6th grade.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, like, they were toxic from the start. And then I ended up leaving that group. But, like,
yeah,
she was smart for that, for real. Like, joining the Yellow Roses was the best thing she could have done. Like,
I know. But, fuck yeah, whatever.
Yeah, no, that middle school, like, and, like...
Let's get to the racism on that, too.
Yeah.
There was this historical group that was formed, that was groomed by our 7th grade teacher. I'm not even going to say that. I feel bad. Our 7th grade English teacher, he basically gathered assembled, basically the fucking Avengers, like 6 girls, majority white, one half white. I'm not going to say the other half because that'll make it obvious.
Oh, yeah.
But, basically, they wanted to get the girl, what was it? Make girls get drafted, practically?
Like, give women rights. But
more rights.
But, like, the thing is, like, he had a group beforehand, like, 2 years prior.
That was for, like, the Native Americans and
yeah.
the reserve.
Yeah, because we were, like, I guess our school's built on a reserve or some shit.
Shout out Native Americans.
And they started that group, and it low-key was, like, all of them together being all, like, we can be better than this group that was doing stuff for indigenous people. Let's just do stuff for women because we, like, literally... Also, that other group, also white women. Like...
Yeah. But then, when me and Mary Jo were intrigued by it, why did he say, okay, memorize all the Constitution, write a paper on it, basically giving us all these, like, conditions, like, to apply.
All these other girls were, like, very much top of their class. Like,
just, like, walked in on it, but, like, when we were interested, oh, do this, this, and that.
Like,
We're cool off of that. Like, no, we're good.
You can't have, like, movement forward in these spaces without black women. Black women are at the center of literally all most activism, I would say. Because, like, they literally, like, I would say, like, not suffering the most. This isn't, like...
No, but we see, like, multi-dimensional.
Yeah. And it's, like, a lot. Like, we're suffering, like, at the hands of, like, black men. But then we're also suffering at the hands of white women. Like, all this stuff. Like, that's why, like, feminism notoriously not for black women. Like,
yeah, it like, lacks intersectionality, and that's the main problem.
So, like, the fact that they were, like, doing all these hoops and jumps just to let anyone into the group that would actually have something to say about this issue other than, like...
Being a woman is hard. Like, no shit. Like,
we get it. We all are women, but, like, you're lacking, like, the deeper, like, structures here.
Also, like, the leader is a white, straight male. The oppressor. I'm not saying he's the oppressor, but, like, the oppressor. Like, I'm just saying.
And this is no hate to, like, most of the girls in the group, but, like, because they, like, a lot of them, like, they do activism. One of them does activism now, I know that.
Involved in politics.
Yeah. Like... I know that some of them, like, do actually care about the issues, but it's all, like, to do that, to not, like... And it was, like, the reason they were doing it was for the wrong reasons. It was to make themselves feel like, oh, I'm better than you. Like, we have this little group, and it's backed by a teacher, and it's gonna look good on our, like, resumes for whatever reason.
And congrats, they got a paper signed by Hillary Clinton. A war criminal, mind you.
Like, whatever floats they got to shake her hand. So what? Like, she lost.
Are we mean? Like...
No, we're not. We're just being truthful.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. No, but, like, realistically, you can't have us go through that experience at such a
and not have shit to say about it.
Yeah, and we're, like, only saying this just because, like, it was all, like, a lot of the stuff we were facing, it was heavily rooted in racism. Like, everything I dealt with my hair, like, don't even get me started on, like, how I had to do my hair, how, like, and, like, the weird thing about it is, like, you know how we were talking about that half-black guy before? He had said something to me before, like, I think it was during middle school, like, or maybe elementary school about my hair, which, like, for you to be speaking on hair is absolutely insane. Just because, like, his hair was crazy. Let's just say that. But, not, like, in the way that we were making fun of black people's hair.
No.
He, like, went from, like, having, like, this long-ass ponytail that was down to his ass
to a
like,
mohawk. Yeah,
like, that was green. Anyway.
This is, like, a really, okay,
I'm sorry. But, like, he said something to me, like, about my hair. And then one of these white girls was all, like, what the fuck are you listening to a man for? Like, your hair looks beautiful. And I was like, oh my god, that's what I said that, Jackie. My good sis, for real.
Miss Jackie.
Like, it's just, like, things like that, like, when we're looking at the lens of, like, guys being treated different, because he was, like, quarterback of the football team. Like, we're just gonna describe him down to a T.
Whatever. Without saying names, you'll figure it
out.
out.
You'll figure it out, and that's not my business. Honestly, if you're gonna act like a trash black person, like, that's on you. But,
white mom, I'm just pointing that out there. That
true. We're horrible, but, like, it's not our fault.
Yeah.
He was raised wrong.
Yeah.
No, but, he was, like, quarterback of the football team. He was, like, accepted into the white community almost.
Yeah.
So, like, we would never be handed out that branch because we're black women. Like, as black women, we don't get that luxury of just being the cool black girl. Like, everybody wants to look like Kim Kardashian and shit and all that stuff. She's mimicking black women.
Yeah.
Like, we have the facilities. We're born with the facilities.
Yeah.
She paid for them. Like, it irks me so much, like, seeing that, like, and I don't, like, hate Kim Kardashian by any means. Like, I think that she does well with her little black children. Like, I think that she doesn't do the best, but, like, not everyone's, like, everyone sucks at parenting, you know? Like, it's not something that you're innately born with, you know? So, like, I give her props for, like, all that shit, but, like, also, like, you guys, like, put on a pedestal all the, like, you guys tan as if no one's business, and you don't see anything, like, there's not something going on in the back of your head, like, maybe I want to be black.
Yeah.
Like,
just, like, a tiny bit.
Like, you guys, like, freak out the second you see your pale skin, you're like, oh my god, I'm see-through. Yeah, you're white.
Yeah, it's also, like, black culture, like, just listening to, whether it's listening to rap and all that stuff, like, dance moves and all that stuff.
I don't think I had told this story on the podcast yet. Maybe I have, but, I was at work, like, recently I worked in this, like, predominantly white town, and, like, when I first started working there, I was, like, a bunch of white people, and, like, I was working with these two little white boys, so they're, like, 16, 15, and it was just me in the store with them, right? One of them, their girlfriend's dad walks into the store, right? And they're playing hard, like, vulgar-ass rap. Like, I don't listen to, you know me, I don't listen to shit like that.
Yeah.
But also, like, they were cussing all over the place. They're the reason we got our iPod privileges taken away, because they were always playing shit like that, and I'm not gonna stop them. What am I gonna do?
Yeah.
Do whatever the fuck you want. It's not my business. But they were playing that, and then his girlfriend's dad walks in, and then he takes order, obviously, because he sees him. He's like, okay, gotta get my shit on. And the girlfriend's dad goes like, oh, you listen to this stuff? And he's like, no. And then man's head dead pans to me, and I'm like, I know you don't think I'm listening to this shit. Like, I'm just a little girl. Like the fact that you, like, automatically, like, it was just so annoying, because it's all, like, I'm not gonna say anything, obviously, because, like, I'm not gonna start up a whole big thing over that, but it's all, like, little microaggressions like that, where it's all, like, you know, like, realistically, if you think about it, like, yes, some girls listen to rap, but, like, the majority of people listening to rap are going to be men.
Yeah.
Like, I listen to female rap artists.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not listening mostly to male rap artists. So it's all, like...
I'll take the cakes on that when I do majority list to male rap artists, unfortunately.
I listen to them, I just, like, female rap...
No, yeah, they got it.
Like, and, like, oh my god, when we were taking that hip-hop studies course, in class, like, when they started talking about, like, female rap artists and, like, what they do, and I was like, ooh, I'm, like, getting into this topic, like,
like, Lil Kim is playing in the background, and, like...
like, oh my god, please tell me this is so good. Okay, no, but, like, something about, like, female rap artists, like, especially when I'm, like, because I just got a punching bag downstairs in the basement, and it's, like, low-key therapeutic. Like, therapy wasn't working for me, which, like, black psych therapy, we talked about this. Connections,
yeah.
you see what I mean? No,
give her a name.
When, I've tried therapy, like, before, and, like, the first person I had for therapy was a white, like, 40-year-old man, and all these have been over Zoom. But that was during the pandemic. Then the next therapist I had, because I dropped his ass so quick, the next therapist I had was, like, this old Asian woman, which, like, she was nice. We had, like, good conversations, but I can't really talk about the stuff I go through with that person. So I bought a punching bag because it's the same price as therapy, and I started hitting that shit. Playing female rap while you're hitting that shit gets you...
Female rage?
Like, female rage for real, because I'm just all like, ooh.
I want to say something about therapy. I have a take, me personally, and I might sound, like, so fucked up, but I think, like, I can't do therapy, in my opinion, because in my head, it's like, nobody...
Evan knows why I'm looking at him like
this.
Yeah,
okay. Sorry, you might read me to filth. He writes on, like, Blackboard a whole, like,
he's like, this girl is so messy.
Yeah, but, like, I think, in my opinion, nobody can tell me what I think better than me. And I get it, outside POV, that's true, but also, I also think, in a therapy session, they're not going to get the 100% truth. I'm so sorry, I'm going to sugarcoat it. They're not, so what they're gonna say isn't gonna be valid in any type of way. I think I am my own best therapist. That sounds really
no, me as well. Yeah. And like we were talking about this in class, but like for you specifically, like do you think it's more like you don't want to talk to anyone who's not like experiencing like I feel like me and you we talk about these things a lot. Like,
yeah.
We talk about our experiences growing up like every once in a while, but like I feel like in therapy like I just like because like imagine me sitting there, like, and I have talked about this and why I can't go through with therapy, but imagine me sitting there and going, yeah, no, I have anxiety because of white people. Like, I can't be in spaces with a lot of white people because I'll have a panic attack. Like, imagine saying that to a white person.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like
I'm scared to meet him. Like, 14-year-old white boys still scare me, and I'm a 21-year-old woman. Like, how does that make sense?
No, because, like... Oh, I wish I could say it on here, but certain people watch this, and I'm not trying to drag them in any sort of way, but, like, growing up here, for a whole year, like, when I first started college, I don't know what was going on. It was just a lot going on, but I would have literal panic attacks when I drove onto the street. Like, I would start having a panic attack at the end of the street because of who I live near.
Oh.
Yeah. They might watch this, they may not, I don't know.
Whatever.
It's whatever, but I would have panic attacks for a straight year because I was on the street, and I genuinely considered moving that year. Like, I was all like, this is, like, getting so bad. Like, every time I turn onto the street, like, my heart starts palpitating. I start, like stop breathing.
The chances you might see him outside.
Like, yeah, it was just so weird to me. I don't know what that was about at the time. I mean, obviously, they were, like, weird to me growing up. We're not going to talk about that on the podcast. If I talk about that on the podcast, he's coming on. Oh. He's coming on. That's the thing. If we ever talk about it, because he, like, brushes past, like, everything.
Would you get the older one or younger one?
Older one. Okay. Yeah, because he did the most to me. Like, the younger one was always nice to me when we were younger. Now that we're older, he hangs out with certain people that, like, I don't. Yeah. He's a with.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. But the older one, he, like, will do this thing. Like, we were at a party once last year, and he was drunk. And he comes up to me, and mind you, this man has, like, put me through immense trauma. Like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. But he, like, comes up to me drunk, obviously, and he's like, one, I've never said to his face that I hate him. Like, maybe I don't, like, associate with him. Maybe I, like, avoid him. But I've never said to his face that I hate him. And he comes up to me all drunk, and he's like, Mary Jo, you hate me, and I don't know why. Like, why do you hate me so much? Like, I really don't get it. And I'm like, you don't get that. Like, the fact that you don't remember it. And it's, like, this thing that I heard where it's all, like, when, like, bullies are inflicting trauma on people, they don't remember it a lot of the times. Yeah. And it's like, I'm gonna live with this for the rest of my life. Like, this is, like, core memories for me. That was
like a phase or something.
Yeah, they just think of it as, like, a regular Wednesday. So, like, if I ever talk about everything I went through during that period of time of my life, he's going to be sitting in that chair. I'm gonna read him.
I think you should have, like, a live studio audience for that, because
like,
that's insane.
I'm going to, like, because, like, I'm not going to have to forget, and you just get to sit there living your life all pretty, I'm a changed man, because he is nicer now. I'm not going to put it past him. But you were also a dick to me, and you tried to cause me, like, PTSD. So, like, you need to really understand what I'm going through whenever I see your face, whenever you talk to me, as if you don't remember what happened. Because when I tell other people, they're all like, that's a soul. Like, anyways, we're not even...
Moving on.
Casually.
Middle school.
No, middle school. No. No, just, like, the whole thing with, like, guys being treated better. Mm-hmm. And, like, I just, like, I don't really, like, truly understand it. Like, I don't really get why, like, guys are so much more, like, I just hate that.
I think it's, like what I was saying to you, like, off camera, I think black men were easily accepted by, like, the white peers, because it's the same way black people want to be in proximity to whiteness, white people want to be in proximity to black people. So through that, the black men were usually the go-tos for that.
And I'm not saying that they didn't face their fair share of racism, because they definitely did.
Within their own group, they were
giving up a part of themselves to be part of these groups. Like, a lot of the guys in the football team when we were in high school, like, the black guys, they were, like, such, like, excuse my language, but they were coons. Yeah.
No, for sure. Like, and I think it's, like, they also got, like, praise more so, because, like, black men in athletics, like, you know, they go hand in hand.
Because our principal at the time, he was one. We need to talk about what happened after we left that high school, but our principal at the time...
I need to share something about what happened to me in the pandemic, but continue.
Okay, but, like, he was, like, the way he valued, like, athletes, and I was an athlete, like, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I wasn't, but, like, the way he valued athletes, you were only...
Insane. Like, insane.
Like, the way he referred to my older brother, because my older brother, like, played sports, obviously, too. When I first met him when I was in middle school, because we went to, like, a Lego robotics to get to high school. Yeah. He was all like, oh, your brother's the one who always has the pick in his hair, and I'm like...
That's not
He's got a name. Yeah. He's got a name. I mean, I don't respect him, but, you know, like, he does have a name, and you need to use
they, like, refer them to, like, freaks of nature, stuff like... Which brought me to another point. Like, I saw this, like, video of, like, an NBA commentator, like, comparing, like, the descriptions of, like, Luka to, like, I don't know, like, Jaylen Brown, and, like, to Luka, it was, like, look at his flawless execution of just natural-born talent. But, like, Jaylen Brown, for example, would be, like, freak of nature, like, Giannis. Freaking nature, like, inhumane. How is his body able to? It just so, like, almost sounds barbaric.
Yeah. No, but, get to the thing that you faced during the pandemic.
Oh, okay. So, before we started our senior year, there was a thing called Summer of 2020. George Floyd, Black Lives Matter, all that. Black at Quincy High was going on, and I had a teacher. So everybody was saying, the whole page consisted of one particular teacher. She was a geometry teacher.
Oh.
The whole page was about
I thought she was just a horrible person. I've never met her, but I just thought she was a horrible person.
Racist as well.
Oh, okay.
But here's the gag. Like, usually when you think, like, even the Asians got it. Like, anybody got it besides white people. Like, anybody can catch it. Like,
oh, okay. I thought she was just a bitch.
No,
okay.
any ethnicity.
Now that I know she's racist.
She was, like, a bitch to me in study. How could you be a bitch to me in study? All I have to do is sit down. Like, you're not even supposed to talk to me for real. Besides the point. So, the whole page consisted of her. I already knew she was a bitch because I had so many other friends that took her dropped her class, whatever. I found out, like, I think it was like calculus we were taking, like, senior year pre-calc. I had her. I said, oh, wait. That's not gonna work for me. I sent an email to, like, my guidance counselor saying, like, I don't feel comfortable, this, that, and the third. I'm a Black Muslim woman. And I know you've seen the things that come out about her. If you know better, don't put me in her class. Like, 3 days later, I'm out and about. I was hanging out with, like, Danielle Simon in a she who should not be named.
Oh, okay.
And, you know, driving around, I get this call from, like, a random number. I pick it up. It's our principal. Principal calls... Have I not to do this before?
No.
Principal calls me on my personal cell, basically going on about how, you know, but he was drunk. Certain. We've come to that conclusion. She recorded that. She who should not be named. She recorded it. I will show you the video after. No, it sounds insane. So, basically going on about how, like, you know, like, don't let this affect how you look at her. She's a great woman. And, you know, I see what people are saying online, but you know what? Don't worry about that. Like, just let me know how it is the first month, and if anything happens, then you can report back to me, and I'll get it situated. But other than that, like, da-da-da-da. And what made it weirder, he was like, also, let's keep this conversation between you and me. Gagged. I said, what do you mean?
The weird...
Insane. I'm like, phone's on speaker, they all hear it, they're all like, what the fuck is going on?
See, the weird thing about that, too, is this man was literally, like, he was fired, like, he was just moved to a different building, but he was fired for literally not being able to handle racism, and he was racist as well. Don't let that man fool you. He was racist.
But also, when we say, like, racist, I don't want you, like coned hats, like,
I mean,
call us
maybe...
N-words, like, when I, like, underground racism, you know what I'm trying to say? That you're not gonna see unless you're Black.
A lot
so
of people
if there's any
are
white people invalidating our experiences, you wouldn't fucking know.
You can't do that.
Okay?
Don't be in my comments right now. Because I know who's going to comment. Don't.
Yeah.
Anyways, no, but, like, the thing is, especially with people in this town, like, they don't realize what they're doing is racism. Like,
no, not at all. And it's like, I don't even, like...
Like, the Rosa Parks story, she didn't know.
Yeah, no, truly, it was just pure ignorance.
Yeah, but, like, that's why I'm such an advocate for CRT.
I forgot a part. My friend Danielle helped me write an email to the superintendent. We also had a new superintendent that year, another one. Long story short, the racist pre-calc teacher ended up having a brain tumor. And I didn't have her. So, all of that is irrelevant because I didn't have to have her because God works in mysterious ways.
That's crazy! That is crazy!
You can cut that out if you want to.
That's clipped.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Actually, I'm not. Like,
no.
You were an asshole. So I didn't have to deal with her. So all that was irrelevant. But just a little side note.
Oh my God. No, but like, no, that's why I'm such an advocate for CRT, because it's all like, if any of these kids at a younger age, because my thing with CRT, critical race theory, but like, if the people who are against it because it's all like, oh, kids should be able to just be kids, don't learn about racism. I was never, ever too young to experience racism.
Yeah,
that's just a crazy thing, because one, when I was like 4, I was like, people in this town, like this street before, like everyone started to get to know us. When we first moved onto the street, people wouldn't talk to us. There's still a woman who lives across the street from us who won't even look in our direction. Her children will, but she will not. She's so
insane.
Like, I can't sit here and be all like a 2-year-old. Me, a 2-year-old, you're gonna avoid me because I'm Black, like type shit.
It's insane.
Like
insane.
I'm never gonna stop acting because children need to know, because there's children.
It's also like, what is like what? Emmett Till was like fucking 10, or I don't know how old, but young as fuck when he got lynched. Was he too young? Like, yeah, he was too fucking young.
It's so irritating to me. It's because it's all like we have to experience it for years, and you just get to catch up and like, be all like, whoa.
Oh my God, I had no idea that happened to you.
Like, all right. Oh, that's so fucking annoying. But back to our principal from high school. After we left, our freshman year of college, we're juniors now, but
Jesus.
We're old.
I can't. I remember telling that story like it was yesterday, and I was a freshman. I told it in Vandermeer's class. I don't know if I'm not. Yeah.
Yeah, he knows Vandermeer.
Oh yeah, I said it in Vandermeer's class. I showed him like, because that's when it happened, like my freshman year seminar.
Mm-hmm. No, but we basically there was always things with like, you guys, like, I know everybody hates cancel culture, but like at our school, like it felt like it was happening a lot. Like there was like, not cancel culture, but like they would bring up old shit.
Oh yeah.
And like blast it all. I don't think yeah, we're not going to talk about the stuff that happened before we got into high school. But
Yeah.
after we left high school, there was, like, I guess a kid, and, like, a year prior to this being found out, he shot a video on his phone, sent it to a group chat, and basically all he was saying, white kid, by the way, all he was saying was, like, black people need to go back to the field and start picking.
Yeah.
And he was not saying black people, by the way. He was saying N-word hard R.
Also, like, saying, like, crazy, vulgar shit, like, something about R-word, like, I don't know.
Like he was,
most
like,
insane
going
shit.
in, like, he was all, like, you cotton picking, you know.
Mind you, like, a freshman, a 14, like, this is why you need to get your kids off the internet. Because, like, what the fuck to watching too much Andrew Tate and Aiden Ross? Like, what are you talking about right now?
But, like, at the same time,
what?
it was definitely, like, a lot of them, like, a lot of them, their parents, too, like, they would just,
Yeah.
their parents are speaking like this. Don't let them fool you.
It's like, what the fuck? Okay, like, nonetheless.
No, but, like, it gets brought up, and, like...
But shout out to a young black king.
It gets brought up, and, you know, someone decided to, you know,
do something about it. I don't know. Stand on business, literally. Like,
I'm sorry, this is gonna sound bad, Evan, but when I saw the video of those black kids, and one, they did not, like, rough him up. They were not, like, beating him to the ground. They just lightly shoved and punched him.
yeah, knocked him to the floor.
And they weren't doing much.
Yeah,
Like, I'm not joking when I say that. They were not doing much. They, like, pushed him to the ground, and he was begging. Before, like, they came up to him, they were...
Because he was quiet, yeah.
Yeah, he was quiet. Ain't no back talk. But, like, he was like, please, guys, I didn't mean it. You stood on that shit for a year. You stood on that shit for a year.
You know what you were talking about last year.
Like,
Alright.
so then they roughed him up, and they suspended the black people who beat him up. So naturally, everyone in our town, middle schoolers included,
angry,
walked out of school. Because this principal
doesn't
knew
care,
why he got beat up and still didn't suspend him. Like, that
Yeah.
video was circulating. Teachers had it.
Yeah.
Like, you can't sit there and, like, I know, don't condone violence. That's bad. Boo-hoo. Cry about it. But, like...
And, like, nobody was beating him because he said the N-word. Like, in middle school, like, cool. Whatever, you got that. He was saying some crazy shit.
Like, he was literally saying how much he wanted black people to
It's
die.
a genocide, practically, on black people. Like, it was insane.
And the fact of the matter is, like, suspending the black people who beat him up for that and not suspending the white person who said that shit
is
insane. And the way he stood there, it was on the news. Like,
no, yeah.
they walked out of school, they surrounded this man, our principal, and went, what do you have to say? And he stood there with a blank face, not saying anything. Like, he literally looks like he was about to cry.
Batting his eyelids. Like he's also a nepotism baby, which is also...
Yeah. And it's so, like, why don't you care? Like,
he doesn't give a fuck because it doesn't affect him.
Like, it's so annoying. Like, I just can't stand it. And, like, just the amount of stuff we've been through. And this, like, one podcast episode cannot cover all of it.
No.
It's just... I'm so incredibly frustrated with how this town's run. Like, it's just... They breed such horrible people.
Yeah.
And they don't...
Just send him out to the world.
Like, especially in middle school. Like, our principal wasn't necessarily a bad guy while I say that he had racist tendencies sometimes in middle school. Yeah, he's a white guy.
Yeah.
Like, he's going
he
to
also
have that.
obviously, like, had microaggressions and had, like, favors towards white people. But he also was, like, a nice guy. Like, he memorized everybody's name, which is a shocker to me.
I would never.
Like, everybody said as soon as you came in, like, he knew your name.
Yeah.
Shout out to you.
Yeah, no, because he did work in our elementary school,
Yeah.
so it's not like he had always been surrounded by only white people. But
Yeah.
I will say this, like, he let some things slide, and I know it wasn't, like, he could only do so much, but he was doing stuff. I remember, like, certain things we couldn't do because, like the superlatives in the yearbook, he was all like, oh, certain people would only win it because they were popular. And we all know popular equates to white in that school. Like,
means nothing.
They are the same word. But, like, I will say he did his best, but he could have done more. Like, I'm not going to give him his flowers because he could have done more.
Yeah, he could have done more policing. Like, you're a grown man and we're, like, 12 to 14. I mean, there's a...
Like, some of the problems that they tried to fix, they were just slapping Band-Aids on it. So, like, this is a bullet wound.
Yeah.
Like, hello? Like, you can't be slapping Band-Aids on this shit. Like,
literally.
We need to... Like, I understand that a lot of those kids, like, from elementary school, they're getting fed, like, all this racist rhetoric and thinking that it's okay.
Yeah.
But someone needs to challenge that. Someone needs to be constantly challenging that behavior because otherwise they're going to go through life. And I understand a lot of people grow out of it, but you need to challenge it more so that they grow out of it faster because the more that they don't grow out of it, the more people of color and black people are getting hurt by the hands of them. Like, these people...
and, like, you can't find out when you're, like, 20. Like, it's a little bit too late for that.
Yeah, like, personally, like, I just think that's too old. Like, I do, like, not sympathize. Sympathize is the wrong word.
Give a little grace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To, like, their children.
No, yeah, that's also another thing. Like, we do give
not-
a grace to, like, the young kids. Like, they didn't know what the fuck they were doing. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
But, like, also, like, I was a child, too. Like,
Exactly.
it's so hard to, like, parse that because it's all, like, I'm a kid, you're a kid.
Why should you be the adult in this situation?
Yes, why do I have to be the adult? But also, why have I never thought once to treat you that way?
Exactly.
The same way that you're treating me. Like,
gagged.
And,
Yeah.
like, when I was in that friend group, like, they corrupted me. Like, I'm not even gonna sit here and, like, we were talking about it earlier, but, like, I was such a shit person when I was friends with those people. I'm not even gonna sit here and act like was I as bad as them? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
But they, like, made it, like, in my head, it was so, like, spending every day with them. Like,
Yeah.
you're gonna start to think, hey, they're not doing anything wrong. Let me act like this.
Because they worship people. Look at them now.
Yeah, like, it was really just
Like-
so bad. And, like, another thing about that friend group, I'm gonna say it. Oh my god. Almost all of them said the N-word. And
yeah.
there was only one other black girl in that group.
Yep. And she
I-
barely said, and like the black people barely said the N-word.
I didn't say
was
the N-word
actually-
until
I don't know, I
literally
think
middle of high
me
school.
and Danielle like talked about this in like the pandemic or something. I don't remember. Like we barely said the N-word. So how do you guys feel so comfortable? Nonetheless.
I
But then
never
again, like,
said it.
It's so weird. Like, I don't even know. I feel like, because we also were in middle school, like, 2014 to, like, 2015, 2016. So that was just...
2017.
Yeah, 2017. Which is just a crazy time in general. Like, like, a lot of things. Like, we had internet influence, but, like, the wrong kind. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
We had Shane Dawson doing blackface. That was our influence. I'm just going to put that
I mean, not my influence.
Oh.
But, you know. I was never on that train, really, like, in middle school. But, like, same with Miranda Sings. Like,
Okay, yeah. I have my face.
Yeah. I mean, I got it to a certain extent. Like, I knew that people thought it was funny, but it was like, this girl, she's a grown woman.
Yeah, I'm glad you knew better.
No, but middle school was just a trying time, and high school was also like weird. Like, it was
Honestly,
blessed.
like, high school was like, I can't even honestly, like, I think it was different because, like, it was so big, so you could, like, choose to seclude yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that's, like, me and my friends ended up doing.
Yeah, I think it was easier for you, especially because, like, with sports, it was so much, like,
Yeah,
harder
worse.
to, like, separate myself from those people
Yeah.
because, like, realistically, like, I mean, there was a lot, like, that I went through. I was always, like, in clubs and groups for some reason. Like, I did, like, band for what... that was
For
also...
God knows what reason.
Yeah, like, and don't let them fool you. That was also a racist organization as well. Like, everything in that school, like, they just didn't know how to, like, handle certain issues.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it just pissed me off so much. But, like, we are approaching 45 minutes, so I feel like we should, like, wrap it up. Because, like, I know Evan has other stuff to do. You're a busy man.
I hope you like this episode, Evan.
Yeah.
I might take your class next semester.
See,
Sounds pretty
like,
interesting. You're getting recruits.
We talk all the time. Like, we talk about your class to anyone who will listen. Like, this class is, like, literally so great. Like, I love it.
I'm
so
a political science major. I have no business taking a psychology class.
Like,
but I'm interested in it.
it's so, like, it's just such a great class, and the vibe is so great. And he does have a welcoming, like, experience, and I think it's a great introductionary course to, like, knowing black
Does
shit.
it cover, like, a science requirement?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Does it?
Evan, you should, like,
You should
let
let me
us
know.
But, like, it really is a good class. Like, it gets you thinking about these topics with other people, too. Like, it's not even, like, all people in our class are black, but, like, we have conversations that, like, you really don't have the space to talk about, but, like, with MSK, it's almost the exact same vibe, but in a classroom setting.
Yeah.
Like,
Also, a little plug point. I am on the e-board of a club called My Sister's Keeper at UMass Boston. We meet every Thursday in U-Hall, University Hall, at 6 p.m. And it's just a nice sisterhood, a welcoming environment. So if you're a new girl on the campus, come join us.
swing by.
My Sister's Keeper, UMB on Instagram. Follow us.
It's such a vibe. Like, it's exactly like MSK, but, like, in a classroom setting. Like, and, like, just talking about, like, stuff we face. Because before I joined the class, too, like, I struggled so much with why therapy wasn't working for me. Because, like, obviously, like, I want it to work for me. Like, everybody else is over here getting, like, their enlightenment. And I'm just sitting here, like, when is it coming?
Yeah.
But, we really do talk about things that black people face specifically in psychology. And it gets me thinking about what I want to do for my career. Because originally, like, I was switching my career path, but now I'm all like, maybe I should go into psych. Maybe I should be helping people. Like, I want to help people.
Yeah, I could definitely see you in psych.
Like, I want to help people, and I, like, think that's really what my calling was. Like, I always am trying to do stuff to better other people, so it's like, I want to do that. It's just like there's a lot. Evan knows, but like there's a lot of stuff
that goes
like,
into it. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's just a lot. But thank you for watching. You can follow the podcast at Sidetrack'd Podcast on all social medias, TikTok, Instagram. You can follow me at MaryJoJessica on Instagram and at MaryJo.Jessica on TikTok. And you want to plug your socials?
Oh my god. Why don't I know my Instagram handle? I don't really use Instagram.
Okay.
So I Basra Hassan with 2 N's at the end, I think.
Yeah.
I can't tell you.
either.
I genuinely can't.
You should be posting one.
I don't, and that's unfortunate. I'm just an observer.
Okay. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I will talk to you later. That was a successful pod. Ugh.